Good afternoon, Hearts. Good afternoon, Betian. Brooklyn in the house. Michelle, Afia. Nothing much. How you doing, Hearts? Yes, welcome, guys, to another episode of Motivational Monday. Good night, Peter. How you doing? Thank you for locking in tonight. Okay, let's get started. I'm free to choose kindness. I may not be able to choose the way people communicate with me, but I'm always free to choose my reaction to the words and actions of others. No one can make me feel or respond a certain way. This understanding is the heart of living freely. I'm free to be generous and compassionate with others. I'm free to give generously to myself. I'm even free to walk away. Even if something happens that causes a flash of anger or irritation, I'm free to pause, take a breath, and turn within before I respond. My aim always is to share the best of me in every situation with all people. I have complete freedom to give a voice to my inner spiritual nature in all that I say and I do. I choose to respond to love and kindness. Father God, thank you for blessing us for another week in Motivational Monday. And just want to give you all praise, all honor, and glory, dear Lord. Thank you, Lord. Yes, welcome, as I said before, to another episode of Motivational Monday, where each one teach one. Good night, Lisa. Oh, Peter, it's raining in Trinidad. Wow. Okay. So thank you again, guys. I want to say happy birthday to all the birthday who's celebrating a birthday this week. My friend Adiola, my co-worker, she's celebrating hers. Happy birthday, Adi. Enjoy Jamaica. Be safe. Once again, we're here and we're just going to be chilling. And our topic for this afternoon: should you financially support your adult children? So this is a part 2 from last week. So we're going to continue on our discussion about should you financially support your adult children. And I know of many situations where parents are still supporting adult children who lives with them, and they expect the parents to, to support them. So get your questions. Let's have our debate. So first, our health topic for this week, we're going to talk about lymphomia. What is lymphomia? Lymphomia is a cancer of the lymph system, which is a part of the body's germ fighting network. The lymphatic system includes the lymph nodes, lymph gland, spleen, thymus gland, and bone marrow. Lymphs can affect all those areas as well as other organs throughout the body. Many types of lymphomia exist. The main subtypes are non-hormetic lymphomia, Hodgkin's lymphoma, or formerly called Hodgkin's disease. How can you tell if you have lymphoma? Cancer cells can build up in your lymph node, tonsils, liver, and spleen and cause them to swell. You may feel lumps in your neck or armpit, or you may feel full after only eating a small amount. You may lose a lot of weight without trying. The growth of cancer cells is your bone marrow sometimes causes bone pain. What diseases can cause lymphomia? Cancer. If cancer cells block lymph gland, lymphedema may result. Radiation treatment for cancer. Radiation can cause scanning of inflammation of lymph nodes and lymph vessels. Surgery in cancer. Surgery lymph nodes are often removed to see if the disease has spread. Can lymphomia kill you? For patients with fast-growing lymphos, such as diffuse large B-cell of lymphomia, the disease can be cured with a combination of chemotherapy. For patients who do not respond to treatment or have early relapse, however, the disease can be fatal in a relatively short amount of time. What does lymphomia feel like? When the lymphomia affects the abdomen, bowel, or stomach, lymphatic tissues, patient may feel pressure, pain, or have diarrhea or indigestion due to the accumulated fluids and swelling in the intestines. The pressure caused by swollen lymph node in the vein can cause the swelling of a member or a pain, numbness, or tingling in the case of a nerve. What are my chances of getting lymphomia? Age. Although NHL can happen at any age, just over a third, 35% of people diagnosed with it at age 75 or over. Weakness, immune system, people whose immune system is not working as well are more likely to develop lymphomia. Infection, family history, previous cancer treatment, other possibility causes. Alright, so that is my health topic for you guys tonight. What is lymphomia? Alright, so I got a free swag ticket, guys, to give away. Last week nobody got it. I want you to give me 6 words that I told you guys at the start of the year. And you're going to give me the year that I started Motivational Monday and the month. Alright? So, get your thinking cap. If you have been watching me all the time, you should know it. Okay, so my word for the week is collaborate. Collaborate means to work jointly with others or together, especially in an intellectual endeavor. It can also mean to cooperate or willingly assist, and especially an envy who occupies it during a war. So my word for today is collaborate. Alright, so this word is going on to my list of other words that I gave you guys. Good night, Anthony. Good night, Joanne. Again, I have a ticket here. Give me 6 words and the year that I started Motivational Monday and the month. Alright? Okay. So yes, let's get into this topic now. Should you financially support your adult children? Yes or no? Let me know what you think, guys. According to the report by Merrill, over 3/4 of parents provide financial support for their adult children. From allowing their kids to live at home, to paying for their cell phone bills, or even footing their student loan payments. Parents are giving grown children more money than ever before. The study revealed parents in the U.S. spend $500 billion each year on their adult children ages 18 to 34. This is an amount twice what they contribute to their retirement account. Why such a large number. High student loan debt, low starting salaries, and steep housing prices can make financial challenges for many young adults, and parents have a hard time watching their children struggle with money. Most parents intend to provide financial support until their children are in a better financial position. But some experts warn providing ongoing financial support to adult children can be harmful to everyone involved. It could significantly delay retirement for their parents, and in some circumstances, it can create an unhealthy financial dependence on parents for years to come. Now, I am a parent, and my son, well, what I would say is that yes, we do want to help them. We do want to help them. But we're talking about these grown folks who neighbor string just bury, and they just don't want to give up that support from their parents. I mean, for example, a grown man living home still with his parents and not trying to provide for him or herself. That's one instance. Another instance is, I know your parents get a pension. They look for money every month from the parents, whether it's to drink, whether it's to smoke, whether it's whatever habit, whether it's just to take. I'm talking about instances like, what again scenario I can say? You have a young teenager that we say finish school and just home, want to play video games. Some parents support that type of habit. Some parents don't even encourage the kids to go out there and work and get a job, finish school. They don't set goals for them, and they just keep enabling these young adults and old adults, right? And they have some situation where there are some grown folks who think, well, you know what, I'm in my mother's house, that's the best place for me, and they just agree with that. They may have a girlfriend, or she might have a boyfriend, and they just not leaving the nest, right? So when is enough is enough? When you think enough is enough, supporting them, do you think it should have a timeline? I think it should have a timeline. I really think so. Prior to offering financial support, consider these questions. Before you decide to provide financial help to your young children, consider the effects it will have on you, your child, and your relationship. Ask yourself, how will it affect your financial health? What impact will it have on your budget and expenses? If you provide financial support, what effect will it have on your finances 5, 10, 15 years to come? Will supporting your child alter your financial or other life goals like retirement? Whose interests are you putting first? Will giving financial support help or hinder both your journey to financial independence? Will it affect your freedom from working and your adult child financial independence for you? If you decide to help, how much financial support will you provide? How will you set clear expectations from your children? How will you structure your financial support if you choose to offer it? Make a plan of how much it will at the end. Before you decide to provide financial help to grown children, consider effects it will have on you, your child, and your relationship. What do you all think about that? Because you have to ask yourself a lot of questions when these children who we keep enabling, right? What? I mean, I think there is a turning point. But you know what? I'm going to get a caller on, and we're going to ask him, because I know he has young adults living with him, and we're going to find out how, or from his perspective, about this situation, right? So let me get him on the phone. First I will get my niece, Nicolette. Let me get her on the phone and we'll chat with her first, because hi Jason, good night. And children need to learn independence. I think, I'm not saying we cannot help them, but I think at a certain age we need to say enough is enough. And we have these kids just taking, and they don't want to give back. And I don't think that is right. I think I think young people, especially when they reach a particular age, they need to go get a job. They need to support. They need to help out. They need to learn some kind of independence, because when you look today or tomorrow, something happened to you, they can't function. They can't function. They don't know how to react. So Jason, my topic tonight is, should you financially support your adult children? What do you think about that? Hey. Hi Anthony, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, so my topic tonight, as you know, should you financially support your adult children? What can you tell us? I know that you have adults home with you. What do you think about that subject? Or let us get a feedback from you.
Well, it's not a matter of supporting financially my children.
Right.
My kids are financially well off.
Okay.
They first got a head start when their mom passed away and she left them some money, so they were gifted before. And I too took whatever I got and I bought this house. And it's a 4-bedroom house, and I have 2 boys, and they live with me. It's not a financial burden on me, because whether they are here or not, I have to pay my mortgage regardless of.
Right.
Rent outside there is $1,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment. If Shaquille move out to Chanari Mode, that's $3,000 they're gonna give somebody else rent.
Right.
So personally, I feel the best place for them to be is home, because they have a roof over their head. It's good company for us. We keep each other company.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really a financial burden. However, they do assist with the cable bill.
Okay.
The water bill.
Okay.
And the cable bill. Those are the 2 bills that they're responsible for.
Okay.
If I am not home and the lawnman or the pool guy come, they will pay that $85 or $35 for that particular month. But I personally just feel that if you can afford it and it's not a financial burden on you, it makes no sense putting your kids out to go and pay somebody else rent, or and waste that money.
Right.
As I say, each person's situation is different.
Right. But do you think it will have a cutoff point, or would your kids? Do you have an age span that when your kids supposed to leave your home, or do you they can live with you until? How you see that?
There's no cutoff. There's no cutoff. They're living here. They're comfortable. This house belongs to them.
Right.
I do have a wife.
Yes.
So this house is going to go to them eventually.
Right.
So it is their house anyway.
Right.
It's almost paid off for. So it's not a financial burden on me. If it was a financial burden and the kids were here, they will have to contribute.
Right.
to the mortgage payment. But I don't ask them for anything. It is not their responsibility. At the end of the day, this is my house, and the bills belong to me.
Right. So you don't have a problem supporting them financially. That's the topic basically. Meaning, yes, they're helping contribute and everything. So to you, there's no problem with that.
No, because I am not helping them financially.
Right.
They are financially well off on their own.
Right.
The financial burden comes on me because at the end of the day, this mortgage is my mortgage to pay.
Right.
If I don't pay it,
you have no house.
Calls me. You don't call them. If I fall behind, we can lose the house because of my negligence.
Right.
So it is my responsibility to maintain the payments on this house.
Yes.
And in the meantime, provide a roof for my children and myself.
All right, understand.
If at some point in time it becomes too much, I'm sure they need. If I ask them, they will help me. But I don't ask them because I am financial. I have a pension. I have my Social Security. I have two pensions.
Right. From
New York and then my Social Security. So I am financially stable to take care of these bills here in the house.
Okay.
So your question is I understand your question, and there are some people who it may affect differently. It's a financial burden. They have to pay children here.
Yes.
They're drinking milk. They're eating bread.
Yep.
They're drinking juice. At the end of the day, it is a bill. It adds up.
Right.
But my kids, when they go and shop, you have been here. When they go and shop, they come back with bags and bags of groceries.
Yes.
So they're not really taking advantage of me.
Right.
So I really can't say it's a financial
burden. Right.
But for the parents who are being abused,
right,
financially, if a lot of the kids were living here in Florida, there's a charge here called abuse of the elderly. I don't know if it happens in New York too.
Right.
But you could call the police and they could charge children for abusing elderly people over 65 years.
Right.
So there are mechanisms in place so children would not abuse their elderly parents.
Yes. Yes.
So once it affects the parents financially, I have a problem with that. It needs to be addressed.
Right.
And if the children are not listening or helping out,
yes,
then you call the authorities who will step in and assist the parents to make correct all the wrong that the children are doing.
Right. Okay, agreed. All right. So good point of view there. Good point of view. Good. Thank you for your time, sir.
You're welcome.
All right.
I like your nails.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm bright. I'm Milan this week.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Thanks again. Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, guys. So there you heard it. Our topic tonight, we were talking about should you financially support your adult children. So we heard from Anthony there. He has 2 sons that lives with him, and as he said again, they contribute and they are not a burden on him. They help him out, so he doesn't have a problem with that. But we wasn't really talking about that situation. We're talking about the situation where you have these children who bully their parents, who waiting on the pension check, who waiting for the EBT cards to go shop and different things with it, and putting the strain on a mom or a dad, not even giving them a glass of water to drink, but only when they get the money they want it. That is what our topic is about. And Jason is saying, if you need help, I will assist them until they get on their feet. After they have on their own. Bible state, blessed are they who have their own. Children at adequate age need to move out, learn what it is to become an adult. And I agree with that. I agree that when they reach a certain age, they need to get going. And I would say too, with Caribbean upbringing, parents does not want to give them children time to fly away and go and live the life. They want them to stay there with them forever and ever. And I think at a certain age, they need to learn responsibility. They need to get a little job, and they need to respect the parents, you know. And I detest people who take advantage of the parents in that state, right? Now, I'm talking about my experience. When my son wanted to go to college, I decided, well, okay, I'm going to take out the student loan jointly with him in order for him to do that, you know, to give him a start, because we all have to give our children a start. But in that sense is you have to get on your 2 feet. You have to know, hey, this is not my debt. This is your debt, and you have to pay this debt. But it have some kids now who don't think that. They think the parents owe them, they, you know, and they grown. And I don't agree with that at all. They will wait a long time for my pension. I'll spend it all. Well, I know. I mean, everybody have a different situation, you know. But I think that you know, children have to do better when it comes to the parents, helping out, financially, helping, giving, you know, doing what they have to do, you know. Make your retirement a top priority. Though that is something everyone wants to avoid, your adult children can take out loans to pay for their college or first home. They have the time to go get their financial ducks in a row and pay back the debt. Same thing I was saying. But you can borrow money to fund your retirement. When retirement is on the horizon, you don't have as much time to save and let your savings compound. If financially supporting your adult children will impact your retirement saving and date, think twice. You can't just depend on working longer. You understand? And we do see that. The children feel they are entitled. Yes, Jolene. These children feel they're entitled. I see it every day. And I mean, for a parent like me who have one child, I always just say what I have will pass on to my son. If he have kids, will pass on to him. But what I realized some years ago, I seen about Phyllis first. I do what I want with my money. Whatever I leave for him, fine. But you see, while I have breath and I am alive right now, I spending, I eating, I drinking, whatever I want. Because I too much times you see parents sacrificing. They eating bread and butter. They want to do this. They want to buy a dress. They want to buy shoes. You're leaving all these money for these children. And when you close your eyes, these children put you in a home. They don't come look for you. They don't want to be bothered. Then they get wife, they get husband. They don't want to, the wife or the husband don't want to be bothered with you. They go in with the flow. Then you stay there and you just wither away. You understand? Good night, Janet. Another scenario I say to myself too is that live each day as it comes. Tomorrow is no promise, as we know. But with these kids, I would say live your best life and do what you have to do. I'm not saying don't put away and think for them, you know. But we enable these children too much. And as Jolene say, they feel they're entitled. And that is the attitude that they have. And I don't think that is right. Because at the end of the day, you bring them, we sacrifice for them, and then they treat us like garbage at the end of the day. Some of us. And I see it all the time, you know. And I know people who work with older people, and the parents, they pay for the caretakers, and the children don't even go and look for the parents, you know. But yet, again, if they're in trouble, mommy, they want mommy to go and take a loan out, or daddy, or, you know. So, you know. Put everything in writing. Start with the question. How much money will you give? How will you give it? A one-time gift? A loan? Ongoing support with no expectation of repayment? Will you pay specific bills? as Anthony said. He have his son and they take care of the bills. When will support end? A certain age? A specific dollar amount? Will you support gradually decrease? If so, and how and when? Set expectation. That is communicate, communicate, communicate. Setting clear expectation on both sides is an absolute must. Be clear about how much and how long you will provide help, because they're entitled, as Jolene said. Jason is saying, my supervisor have a kid. He told me he is working hard for this kid. Doesn't respect him, neither his mother. Had to put gas in the kid car, purchase clothes. That is a real madness. Yes, because some parents have them like that. Hi, Adana. I feel it's so true. Teaching independence from an early age is very important. Yes, Adana, it is. Because, as I say again, if I didn't see my parents brought us up in the way that they did, and my family is a big family. My father had 18 of us. My mother had 14. And my mom and dad, I thank God every day for the way how she brought us up, to be humble and to just be thankful for whatever you get, and I learned to budget at a young age, and I try to instill that in my son. So really and truly, and he will tell you too, growing up, a matter of fact, let me see if I can get him. Growing up, he used to have to work, bring them grades for me in order to get something. Otherwise, he's not getting it, because that's the type of mom I am. I am strict. I know I had one son, and I didn't want to create a monster, So, that's I brought him up that way. So let's hear from him. Hi, Care. Welcome to Motivational Monday. I want your take on this. Should you financially support your adult children? In the sense of, what do you think about that question that I posed there?
No, I don't think you should.
Okay, so
I mean, I only think like maybe in an emergency. But I feel like once a child becomes an adult, they have to learn how to like walk on their own 2 feet.
Right. So you believe at what age you think a young adult should, well, I mean, with you and I try to grow you up in the way that I think you should. I don't know if I did a good job or not, but I try to let you get independence. Now, I know I spoil you a bit, right? But
yeah.
I think I should have let you get your wings a little more sooner. But I was a protector and still am. But I'm talking about in the case that you have these young adults living, playing games, not doing anything, waiting for you when you get your paycheck every 2 weeks. Man, want some money, or this, that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think around the age where they become an adult, like 18.
Yes.
They should start working and learning how to make it on their own 2 feet. Especially if they don't plan on going to college, or if they do plan on going to college, they're still gonna have to learn how to work.
Right.
If you remember, I started working around 15 for my uncle at the shop.
Yeah.
And I think that helped me out a lot because it taught me the importance of work ethic.
Right. Right.
So it did help me a lot when I did get a job, to keep me let me know what's work and what time you should show up for work. You should be on time, and how hard to work.
Yes. All right.
So I believe from 18, even younger than 18, parents should stop supporting the kids and have the kids learn how to support themselves, because especially stuff that they don't teach you in school, like credit and stuff like that. You need to start learning that from earlier on,
right?
So that way, because you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up in the early stage. Everyone does, but you gotta learn. It's a learning experience, and if the quicker you get off the ground, with learning, the better off you'll be.
Right.
In the long run. That's what I think.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, thank you for your time. I'm just calling to get inputs in, because the discussion, I think, is a good one for everybody, Yeah. So thanks for your feedback. Love you, and I'll talk to you.
Love you too. Best mom in the world.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Yes, guys. So that was my son, just to take his view on what you think. Adam, as I said last week, you give them foundation, you don't have to worry. Bless. Good night, Bruiser. Give thanks for life. Yes. Hello, Carrie. Ria, hi. Bonita, what's up? Good night, viewers. Yes, so that was his take on it. So he's saying that we need to give them proper foundation so they wouldn't have to rely on parents at the end of the day, right? If you give, do so without obligation. Don't give your adult children money to try to repair your relationship. Get closer or control your child in some way. Involving money in relationships will not fix any underlying problems. Give a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Teach a man how to fish and you will feed him for a lifetime. Right? Morning is morning in Australia. Ria, don't prevent valuable life lessons. It's natural to want to help your kids, but be very careful not to rescue your children too much, too soon. Sometimes opting out of financial support is the best thing to do. Setting limits is hard but necessary to help your kids become responsible young adults. Though it's hard to watch kids learn life lessons, it's often necessary for them to go through challenging times. Often they will come out better on the other side. And you just heard Kerry said that, right? I think, we can help them, as I said before. But you see these grown children who don't want to wean off of the parents, and the parents keep enabling them. We have to make better choices as parents, I think. I think we need to, we can help them, They could come for financial support because they ain't going to be coming every time. But we're talking about the children who keeps taking from the parents. That's a no. I don't think that is right. I don't think that is right at all. But financially supporting adult children without creating dependence. We need to, get them independent and get them and encourage them, because I know some grown people still there with the parents and they're not moving, they're not going anyway. They're just there, and mommy have to do what she has to do in order to get them back in or whatever the case may be. But again, we have to communicate. And we have to start there. We have to let them know that, when you're planning for your future, when you have your own family, these are things that you need the foundation to give them. And do not enable them. Stop enabling grown adults. You understand? Stop. We have to. Hey, Nick. Hey. Hello? Hold 1 second, guys? Let me see. My niece is trying to call me. Hold 1 second. Let me see if I get her. Everybody shy about the camera, so I tell them they don't have to come on and let the whole world see, but they could talk and we could trash it out. Nicolette? Yeah. But again, we have to encourage them to be better citizens, and they will be more responsible. And I think too, for young children, they have these new debit cards now that they give them. Even if you put a little $50 or whatever and you let them budget out, let them learn how to save the money, because they want games, they want all these things. It costs, and we have to just let them know, work, give them things where they could work in order to earn it, because I know with what I did with him, he will carry on to his children and not just buy everything they want. And again, they feel they're entitled, especially when they grow older. And I think we have to, as parents, have to do a better job. We have to do a better job. And again, we can help them if they're in a difficult time, but enabling them, that is where the problem lies. And then they grow up into adulthood, and that is why some men just look for a woman who works, and then he don't want to work. He just want to be a bum and just be, sucking on his girlfriend or wife or whoever. They don't want to learn these financial standing on their own. And I think when you're adult and your kids growing up and they seeing like that, children sometimes don't respect you, because you're not standing up as a man. You have a woman standing up like a man and a woman, and you as a father, again, you have to lead by example, right? So you have to do right. Because remember, these kids growing up, they're seeing the cycle. You need to break the cycle in certain, cultures, right? And certain cycles there. And they keep going around and around and around and around because they think it's okay. And I think it's not okay. I don't think you should be waiting on grandma check when the month come. I don't think you should be waiting for grandma food card. I don't think you should be waiting for poor grandma or mom or dad money. You are an adult and you need to stand up on your 2 feet and say, you know what, I got this. Now with COVID, I know a lot of people lose their job. I know a lot of parents had no other choice but to help the kids, or the kids move back home because rent is expensive. Not having a job, not having your own responsibility, things could come hard. But that is not saying don't help. I'm not saying don't help. I'm saying help, but they have to learn to be independent. It is better for them. Today or tomorrow, God forbid, something happened to you. You want to know that these children could climb the stair and not be stagnant and don't know what to do. We have to stop saying we don't want these kids to go through what we went through, because that is making them worse off. Jolene, that is so true what you're saying. That statement is so true, because we always say that. We always say it. We always say it. We always say it. We have to stop saying we don't want these kids to go through what we went through, because this is making them worse off. And you are correct. You are correct. And I myself am guilty to a point, but I had always said in my mind, I have one child and I don't want to create a monster. So if something happened to me today or tomorrow, he can't move on. He can't survive. You understand? So at one time I had to give him tough love too. You have to give them tough love, because they have to find themselves. They have to find themselves. And again, as I say, I notice it in a lot of Caribbean parenting, right? And it is just it just, I don't know. We need to do better on a whole. And we, as again say, Okay, Nicolette, give me a voice note. Let's hear it.
I think that parents could support the adult children financially to a certain point,
Right.
but when they reach the age 18 to 20,
Yes.
they have to be able to go there and clip the wings, because it has some of them who just get laid back and lazy and become dependent
Yes.
on their parents.
Yes.
It has some of them that when you start growing them up from the time they hit the age of teenagers, when you over spoil them done bend in their mind, they have mommy, they have daddy
Yes.
to do this or to do that for them.
Yes.
So from the time they reach teenagehood, adulthood, age 16, and all them things, you have to start to make sure and mold them, ask them what they want to do for themselves in the life, what they want to become in the life.
Yes.
Because it has some of them will say, my mother and father will mind me, or they're watching to see that their parents working financially stable. Yeah, ma go do this for me,
Right.
dad go do this for me. You mold them and you groom them from a certain aim for what it is they want
Right.
in their life, so that when they reach a certain age and it's time for them to go out there and get their own, they will understand.
Good point, Nicolette. She also stated, take them out of their comfort zone. When they reach a certain age, you make them to know what it is to work. Teach them to save and sacrifice from a young age so they can learn to do independence. It's great that some parents groom their kids onto doing chores at time for allowance. Yes, chores had to be done, but it will also help teaching them morals from a young age. And Nicolette, you make a great point there. I remember growing up, I had chores. Saturday, I had to go and wash, and we had joking board. Then we had washing machine. I had to clean louvers, varnish floor. If I want to go to the mall, I had to do that, or else it's no. So children nowadays don't have that anymore. Children nowadays, the parents work hard and they give them these things. Just imagine a 10-year-old have the latest iPhone. iPhone not cheap. iPhone not cheap. All these things they're giving them just so. And they're not even a student in school. Again, I say, we as parents, we create the monsters for people out there to deal with. So we have to make a change as parents. We have to learn, go back to the basic. Why we can't go back to basic and let them know, hey, if you want to get this Jordan, you have to bring grade A for me. If you want to, go to Disney World, you have to come first in test. Parents get away from that. They want to just shut up the kids and, then they enable them and they grow up in this kind of manner, and then we have to deal with them. So again, should you financially support young adults, young children, and as Nicolette say, at the age of 16, let them go there and get a little job in the bookstore, toy store, anything, just for them to learn independence. And you have to work hard for what you want, not depend on your parents when they do all the hard work, they do all the sacrifice, they do all the overtime to make you comfortable, and you just there sucking on them, and you don't want to get your act and your life together. No, that is not the way. It shouldn't be like that. And parents need to wake up. Wake up. We need to have these children. Make your bed up. Saturday morning, go and wash. Carry them. Carry them to the laundromat. This life out here hard, Trinidad, it's easy. You understand? Today, I overheard a parent apologizing to a 5-year-old because he didn't want his bag to be checked. What is wrong with that picture? Again, they creating these monsters, Jolene, and we in customer service and we have to deal with them. I mean, I see children hitting the parents. I see children disrespecting the parents in every way, form, and manner, right? And parents these days think children are the friend. You know, I have a problem with kids calling you, Carrie cannot call me Phyllis. That's a no-no. Whoever doing it, fine. But I think that children have to respect authority. And I think mom, ma, whatever, you ain't gonna call me by my first name because I and you never pitch marble together. So I have a problem with children calling the parents by name. You understand? I think some people do it, good for you, but for me, no. I think we have to teach these children discipline. We need to go back to basic, teach them morals, teach them good morning, teach them good afternoon, thank you, how are you? They don't have it. That's another topic. They don't have it. They think they're grown. These children think they're grown and they think they're entitled. But again, we as parents, I would say, we have to do better. And we have to demand respect. If you don't demand respect, or if you don't respect yourself, nobody will respect you. And that goes for your entire life with man, woman, and children. If you don't have respect for yourself, nobody will have it. Again, you only accept what you will take. We all want good treatment, and that's why there's always say, you do good treatment to others. You treat ageable people in a respectable manner. It goes a long way. Nothing wrong with that. But these kids and these entitled kids and these monsters that we creating as children and these children that we enabling, that when something happened to you, your mother don't want them, your sister don't want them. I certainly don't want no rude child. No. And I'm not enabling you like your parents. Nope. Nope. You're going to respect me or don't speak to me. I don't have a problem. But I just demand respect. I am demanding it because you are a child. You are a child. I'm the adult. But again, we have these children growing up so quickly too. And we have these parents so busy working. You don't have time for the kids. That's why we give them everything they want on a platter. And then when they go older, they can't do for themselves. They can't. You have to beg a teenager to say good morning or good evening. Most of these kids have no manners. Correct. I just see it every day. Every morning when I go on the bus, I say good morning. When I leave, I say thank you very much. Everybody's be watching me like it's something wrong. You understand? Nothing wrong with a good morning. That's how we grow. But I realize this world is a dog-eat-dog world we living in. But you know what? Be who you are. If you're accustomed saying morning, continue. Nothing wrong with saying good morning. You know what I mean? The morning is the Lord morning anyhow. But try and do adapt ways, you know, and make people make you different from what you grew up in and what morals you have. But I just think that children have to do better. Just like we as parents, we all have a job to do, and we all think that we are the best parents out here. But sometimes we have to look in a mirror. And sometimes we have to question ourselves. And sometimes you have to ask self, is this the right thing? Is this the right decision? Should I agree with this? Is this, you know, you have to talk to yourself, you know, and seek counseling. Because people think, black people in fact, or people of color think counseling is a bad thing. Counseling is not bad. Sometimes when you go and you talk to people, you realize that your childhood, you might have been damaged, and you grow up and you're damaged, and you carry that on to your adulthood. You know, so sometimes talking to someone who could give you that sense of, listening ear, or to make you feel or let that part of you come out, you exhale instead of keeping stuff in. You know what I mean? But I hope that you guys get something out of our lesson today. And, again, see about yourself, and ask yourself questions. And if you can't read something, don't do it. When the child attain the age of 60 and over, one can earn that right to call one's parents by first name. Oh, why 60 and over, Bruiser? Tell me. I just don't agree with that. You understand? But every different folks for different strokes for different folks, right? So set expectations on your kids. Do it without obligation. Don't prevent valuable lessons to your children, right? Other option for providing support. You can help your adult child without giving large sums of money. Below are some suggestions. Charge rent. If your child move in with you, charge them lower, less than having their own. Have them meet you halfway. If your child saving for a house or a car, create an incentive for them to save money by agreeing to match the percentage or what they save. You might even devise a fun saving challenge to help them motivate. Include them in your mobile plan. You can still have charges. They're part of the bill. It might be less than paying for the whole bill. Cutting off financial support, even when you are taking steps to prevent it, financially supporting adult children can create problems. If your financial support is creating a barrier to your adult child's independence or your future are suffering, it's time to cut off financial support. Talk about it with your child. Be honest about the situation. It's impacting your saving. Explain to them the impact your support has on your retirement. Maybe you will have to work longer, and if eventually you can work, it might mean you will have to rely on your children to support you. Communicate with your children the financial implications of giving money. Involve a financial advisor, which is always good, or show them the evidence if needed. I have many financial advisors on this program. If you need help, hit me up, inbox me. They're always there. If you can be risky to delay retirement, if you are unable to work due to illness or other factors later in life, you can become a burden to your children. Then your financial support wasn't helpful to you or them. Plan for the end of financial support. Create a plan for discontinuing your financial support. Make a timeline for decreasing the support. This plan will help your child ease into his or her independence. Put a plan in writing and stick to it. Money and love. All right? So that was my little tip for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. So I got a winner for the swag ticket. Nicole have all the words. Well, she have some of them. And Nicole, you are my winner for my swag 2020. I will drop it off for you. And Nicole's answer was compassion, confidentiality, responsibility, production, distinguish, and inelectable. And yes, I started Motivational Monday in the month of January the 1st, 2020. So Nicole is the winner. So next week we're going to have another ticket. Just listen out, guys, for the question. So once again, Nicole, congratulations. See you at swag, right? Guys, follow me on my YouTube page. It's Phyllis Worrell. Please subscribe. You can go and see past motivational that I did and my guests. And I just want to say thank you once more for spending the time with me. It's always a pleasure every Monday, chilling with you. And, just vibes in. We here is, is love in the house. Have a blessed, wonderful, and safe week. I will be in Mile in Cancun on Wednesday. Please God, I'll be in Cancun for the weekend. It's Marshall Montano. Have a show over there. So I'll be in Cancun for the weekend. Other than that, have a safe and wonderful and blessed week. COVID is still around. Be wise, be safe. Love in the house. And love you guys. Peace out. Have a great night. And guys, be safe. Remember to always look around and be safe out there. Be wise. Be alert. Okay? Have a blessed one, guys. Good night.